the second time of me recording this video because I was recording with my webcam's microphone and not my Blue Snowball. So that is really annoying, but let's get straight into this. The Note 7 was a phone that was too hot to handle and went out with a bang. Thank you, thank you. Now, all jokes aside, the Note 7 has been a complete nightmare for Samsung and for consumers as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Samsung has a very successful line of phones called the Note series, the Galaxy Note series, and their recent phone, the Note 7, has had a few problems, let's say. So it was released in late August, and since then there have been reports that the phone has been catching fire. Samsung released a statement that said 35 devices had caught fire since the 1st of September. They said that they were going to recall all the phones, so you just bring it back to a store and they'll give you a replacement device while they carry out an investigation as to why this was happening. So already this was unheard of for the industry, to recall every single phone that they had sold. And if you didn't know, technology is something that I am very passionate about, and in all my years of looking at technology and mobile phones specifically, this had never happened before, so this was huge. So Samsung released their new safe version of the Note 7 for people to buy and for people to swap, but people weren't swapping the phones, just, I don't know, because it was inconvenient for them. So they were urging people to replace their phones with this new safe phone. And it turns out that safe phone wasn't very safe after all. I think the first report was of a brand new replacement Galaxy Note 7 catching fire on a plane just before it was going to take off. And that is very bad, obviously. There was a report of a man who had had his replacement Note 7 explode contact Samsung, and he was threatening to go to the press. And Samsung were trying to, keep him a little bit quiet. They accidentally sent him a message that wasn't intended for him, saying, should we slow him down, or should we wait and see if he is actually going to do what he's saying he's going to do? So this was a really, really bad situation for Samsung. And on October the 10th, they stopped production of the phone worldwide. And October 11th, they were telling everyone who had the Galaxy Note 7 to return them. And you might be wondering, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because in case you know of anyone with a Galaxy Note 7, you should tell them to return it because it isn't safe. There were reports of a man in the US who had to go to hospital after his Note 7 had kind of exploded while he was sleeping, and he just inhaled a load of smoke from that, and I think he got bronchitis from it, so it was quite serious. Now keep in mind that you expect phones or anything that you buy to be safe, and even after Samsung had released this replacement phone, they thought they knew what was wrong with it, but they didn't, because these replacement phones were blowing up also. There are reports that this could cost Samsung upwards of £4 billion, which is just an astronomical number. But perhaps the biggest consequence for Samsung here is it's going to turn customers away. I was reading a report from CNET that said that 40% of Samsung Galaxy Note 7 owners will never go back to the company, which is a very damning number for what should have been a great device and more sales for the company. They're going to completely miss their Christmas sales because people are going to go elsewhere. You've got Google bringing out a phone, and perhaps worse than that still is, I was on Twitter yesterday and there was a company in the UK, O2, advertising the Galaxy S7, a completely different phone. But if I put the Note 7 here and the S7 here, if you're not into technology like myself, you might be fooled into thinking that they're the same phone, because Samsung over the years have been making their design kind of more mainstream, I guess. All the phones kind of follow the same design keys from each other. It used to be like the Note 7 had a leather back, so you could clearly see that it was a Note, but now they're all made out of glass front and back. They all have like a metal enclosure. And I saw people on Twitter thinking that the S7 would explode, and they were kind of condemning O2, like, this is bad advertising. Why are you advertising this phone when that phone is safe? The phone's been banned on US flights, on Canadian flights, and I'm sure there's more to follow. I mean, it got so bad for Samsung that they're offering people $100 in cash to stay with the company and pick one of their other phones. Never seen anything like this. This is really, really bad. So I would say, I've said it before, I say it again, if you know friends or family who with the Note 7, tell them to return it, because it's just not safe. And there are going to be more Galaxy Note 7 fires before the whole issue is gone for Samsung, because people won't return them. whether it be just down to inconvenience or they really like the phone, because it is a good phone, people just won't return them. Not saying that they all will catch fire, but who knows? It could be a parent giving their phone to a child and it exploding in their hands. That's very, very dangerous. That's quite a random episode of Sunday Thoughts, but it's something that's been on my mind for about a week now when everything's just gone wrong for Samsung. So if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Comment down below what you want to see me talk about next week, because I'm quite enjoying this series. It's quite good just to sit down and talk to you guys. But other than that, I've been Sean Sava. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.